This is the next episode of my XR Weekly News. We are in week 17, 2025. So perhaps you see my eyes. I'm so ultra tired. I just landed from my flight from Japan, and I'm standing in front of the camera like 5 minutes after that. It's insane. But yeah, so guys, I want to report. It was my first visit in Asia and the first visit in Japan. So I want to report a little bit about this. If you are not interested in that, you can just jump directly into the weekly news with the timestamps. So we've been in Tokyo. I was with my brother. I was not with my wife because she had to work and so on. And I was there with my brother. And we were, I think it were 10 days or so. We were in Tokyo, in Osaka, Kyoto, and some other places and so on. And what I can tell you, it's a complete different world. It feels like you are on another planet. The behavior, the look, everything is completely different. I mean, I've been in the United States, you know that already. This is my second home. I visited like 47 of the 50 states in the United States, and I know how things work there. And when you compare United States to Germany, it's not really a huge difference. Yeah, so people are pretty same, and they also make fun, and yeah, everything is pretty similar to us. But when you compare Germany to Japan, it's like two different worlds. It's insane. So the first thing is you have to eat with chopsticks, of course. That was really hard for us because it's not easy to pick up that stuff when you are not used to that, yeah. But after some days, we noticed that some tourists order like forks, and then that was people from the States sitting next to us, and they were also with the chopsticks, and they said, damn, we cannot eat with that, and they ordered forks, and then we laughed about this, and then we said, guys, that's a good idea. And then we also ordered forks. Crazy. What you are not allowed, or what you should not do, is like drinking and eating while you walk. Yeah. So normally in the States and in Germany or so, it's not a problem when you walk around outside and eat something. It's not a problem, right? But there you should not do it. You should not do it. It's not a good thing. And that also means when you buy something, there are like machines, vending machines for drinks and snacks and so on. And then you have that stuff in your hand, but you should stand somewhere in the corner and then eat or drink it. But then you have the problem, in whole Japan, there is no trash can. They don't have trash cans. It's insane. Yeah. So we know that from States and Europe and so on. Everywhere is a trash can. But there is no trash can, so you have to carry the trash the whole day. Sometimes like, I don't know, like all 3 hours you see a trash can and you put it there, but it's insane. and the whole country feels like a video game. I've never seen that before. Everywhere you look, everywhere you hear, you have this anime, this manga sounds and music, and this is totally going on my nerves. So when you get inside the train, when you get outside the train, even the guys that transport the baggage with the small cars, these cars are doing like manga sounds. Oh my God. When you go into a store, from like 7 different directions, you get 7 different anime manga sounds that are confronting you. I had headache the whole day. It's insane. I've never seen that before. But they are used to that. They know that. And this is. Do you remember I played an anime game like several months before in VR, and I complained about the sound because it's going on my nerves. But now I can understand that they are used to this. This is normal for them. It's insane. Then they have like 7 stores of 7 floors, of a store where you can buy like, I don't even know what that is. It's like plastic crap. like small figures, of course, the manga figures and so on, and then like stickers and presents that are made from plastics, and tons of that. It's insane. And then next to that, you have a store where there are 4 floors with these small machines where you can put a coin in and then spin it, and then there's a ball of like a plastic toy inside it. In Germany, that was 20 years ago where people used that, yeah. And I think in the States, I've also not seen so much of this plastic stuff, and they have tons of it, tons. I can tell you, everything is plastic toys and stuff. Wow, yeah. And in Germany, we have to use paper straws. I can't understand that. What I also noticed is that the women dress very interesting. They wear so short stuff that you can nearly see their their back and so on. I've never seen that before. When you do that in Germany, don't do that. Like this is in Hamburg, only in Hamburg at the Reeperbahn, women wear this stuff. It's crazy. Yeah? I mean, it's nice for the men to see it, but it's crazy. I mean. Also, for example, we know these erotic stores. Yeah, so in Germany we have erotic stores. This is one floor where you can buy some stuff. Also in the States, I know that stuff. But in Japan, they have a skyscraper with erotic items. Like there were 8 floors with this stuff, and I think I should not tell you what I've seen there. It is insane. It's insane. Wow. Oh my God, I've never expected that from Japan. Then the next thing is nobody can speak English. Nobody can speak English. And I mean, we went to the hotels, even in Tokyo. Yeah, we went to the hotels and then we said, oh, we have a reservation for 2 or 3 nights. And then they looked, what? they don't understand, never. I mean, there are several people that can speak English, but most of them can't. And then we had to use Google Translate or so. So we put that stuff in English and then it translated that to Japanese. Wow. Inside Tokyo, everything is also translated to English. That's fine. But when you go outside of Tokyo, for example, in Osaka or so, everything is only in Japanese text. And then we had to use Google Lens to translate everything. That's insane. Also, we experienced that in many locations, tourists are not welcome. That's insane. So 6 times we were thrown out of a restaurant, even though it was pretty empty. I mean, there were some people, but we've seen there were like 20 desks free, and they said, no, go outside. We've experienced that 6 times. That's insane. I have no idea. I mean, I bring my money into the country. And I mean, yes, of course, they are crowded. There's a lot of tourists, but you should not treat tourists like that. I mean, I've never ever experienced that in the States. Never. I get food everywhere. People are friendly, and I mean, you know it. In Germany as well, you never get thrown out of a restaurant like this. Perhaps they say, okay, it's full, would you wait like 50 minutes or so? But in Japan, they wow, it's crazy. Also, I noticed that many Japan people are like on their own. They are sitting there with their smartphone. They are even going to restaurants alone. Yeah, they have like this ramen restaurants where they sit next to each other, fronting a wall or so, and then or fronting the bar, and then they are not talking to each other. They are going there and eating alone. Also in the arcades, there are like arcades with 7 floors, and they are going alone there. There are men that are 60 years old. They have a suit. They wear a suit, a really good suit, and they sit there and they play like these music games, like a machine, like like they sit there like 2 hours and do like a robot. That's I've never seen that before. I've never seen that in Germany or the States or in Europe anywhere. I mean, of course we have arcades, yeah, but there are like 7 floors and everything is full, and the people sit there in every age with a suit and play games alone. They never go with friends or so. I've never seen that. Wow, what crazy shit is that? Yeah. Then also when you are in the subway or in the train, there is absolute silence. Nobody drinks, nobody eats. Everybody sits there with a smartphone. And the crazy thing is, we've seen stuff, villages or towns where the people stand on the road, like in front of their door. I thought they are waiting for a bus or so, but we've seen all the people standing like 500 meters off the street, and they're standing there with their smartphones and playing manga games. Everybody's playing manga games there. And I've seen a woman that was 60 years old, I guess, and she had 2 smartphones and doing like this all the time. I stood there like 2 minutes. And I saw she plays 2 manga games at the same time with 2 smartphones. And that was not a single case. I've seen many people that use 2 smartphones to play stuff. They also go on a escalator, for example, and they are not watching straight. They are just there and watching and playing manga games and movies. Like they ran over me like 30 times because they don't watch straight. It's insane. It's a complete different planet. Wow. Yeah. So you cannot imagine. You should definitely go there and see that. Yeah. My brother said the whole country is a video game. Wow. And also, it's not as modern as I thought. So when I saw videos from Japan, there are a lot of robots, and there are hotels where you were greeted by robots and all that stuff. I've seen nothing like that. It's crazy. I've seen one robot at the airport, like a police robot, something like that, that's driving around and doing like patrol stuff. But everything else was pretty unmodern. And we also had to use cash, for example, to pay for the train or to pay for like vending machines or so. That's insane. I mean, even in Germany, Germany counts as a very unmodern country. We can pay with credit card or debit card or something like that. But there you have to pay a lot with cash. That's crazy. And when I go to the States, I don't even bring cash. I don't need it. You know it. You can pay everything with credit card. But there, you have to bring cash. Wow. Yeah, that was my experience in Japan. It was very weird. And I can definitely say I would never want to live there. That's not my place where I want to live. I mean, going to vacation is okay, but I think I will not go again very soon. Yeah, it's not my kind of country that I prefer. The people and the behavior and the rules and so on. I don't really like that so much. There were things that I loved. The sushi is awesome. The Wagyu meat is awesome, and so on. Yeah, that's really good. But all in all, that was not my preferred vacation trip, to be honest. I prefer going to the States. There I know what I expect. The people are nice and so on. This is my place to do vacation and trips and so on. But I mean, you should try it for yourself and see what you think about that. For me, the most annoying thing was the manga sounds everywhere. I had headache the whole day. Crazy. So that was my experience in Japan. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit, what I report you and so on. But however, now there's the next weekly news. Everything about XR hardware games releases and sales. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go.
Voodoode.
So it seems there is a race about the first AR glasses by many companies. So we already know that Meta is developing the Meta Orion, this smart glasses here. This have displays, not like the Ray-Ban Meta with only audio. They really have displays. And we also know that Google is working on a smart glasses. And now Apple also wants some piece of the cake. And so Mark Gurman from Bloomberg, he says that Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, is only talking about this. He has nothing other stuff in his mind, only the AR glasses. Yeah? He wants to bring it on the market before Meta. So there's a huge race about this. And I love it. I mean, I always say competition is very important. So yeah, it seems that one of the three companies will be first. And I'm looking forward to try all the headsets of all three companies. And for me, to be honest, the most interesting thing will be the Google smart glasses, because I only use like Google products and I'm happy with that. However, I also want to use the Apple headset. Perhaps there's a small chance that they allow it to connect to other devices. I mean, you know, Apple is in their own bubble and they don't let something in. That's so bad, because if they would let some other things in, then I would likely buy some Apple products. But yeah, I don't want to change completely to Apple. That's not what I want. And also, of course, I'm looking forward to the Meta headset. I'm really happy that there is a lot of competition. So we will see it very soon, perhaps. So the tariffs, yeah, a word that we don't like to hear here in Germany, to be honest, that came from the United States. They, of course, have influence on VR as well. So some companies says, okay, we will pay ourselves for the negative results of the higher tariffs and will not increase the price. For example, Big Screen says that, but Pimax on the other side, they cannot say, okay, we take the costs ourselves. So the thing is now that if you have orders from the US for Pimax headsets, you will have to pay more. I think it's around $95 more because of the tariffs. And I mean, I'm not a politician. I'm not inside this topic of tariffs or so. But for me, when I think about this, I think more tariffs are not good. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation, yeah. So the tariffs comes from the US, and now the US customers have to pay more. So where's the advantage now? I don't understand that, yeah. So if the tariffs would be zero, everybody has to pay less. So that's better, or did I understand something wrong? I don't know. However, the tariffs are changing in every hour. It feels like they're changing every hour. So Donald Trump is changing his mind like every 2 hours. So if he puts like 145% tariffs on products on China, tomorrow it's perhaps only like 60%. It changes all the time. So we know that already from him. And I think they should more like go in the other direction. So make deals that we don't have to pay all the tariffs. However, it has influence on VR, as it seems. So yeah, hopefully this goes in the other direction again. That would be better, I think. So there is a new set of experiences for Quest 3 and Quest 3S. It's called Wonder. And when you check this out here, then you see that, for example, we have, this looks like a jellyfish, and we have our real environment, and everything is like in a void or so. We can use hand tracking to touch the jellyfish and so on. And this looks like a really nice experience for people that have no idea about mixed reality and then can try it for themselves. Really nice. And a release date will be announced in the upcoming weeks, they say, and will be for Quest 3 and Quest 3S. So the price will be $399, so it's not really expensive. And yeah, I will definitely show it on my channel because, as you know, I'm a big fan of mixed reality. So to all skater fans, there will be a skateboard simulator in VR very soon. They say coming soon, no exact release date. It's called Virtual Skate. And when we check out the trailer, that looks pretty cool. I think it looks like you can do it with hand tracking or so, control your feet and stuff. It looks like we can also do that in multiplayer. And it will be released on Quest 3 and Steam VR. So absolutely nice, and I can't wait to show it to you. So yeah, we will see. So perhaps you remember one of the best mixed reality games, Wall Town Wonders. It's really great. I showed that on my channel. And now there will be a Steam and PlayStation VR 2 version in VR, not in mixed reality. That means we will not use our real room, but virtual environments, and then we can experience the story as well. And perhaps it's even better in some scenes. I don't know. I'm a big fan of mixed reality, but I also want to try it in VR. Crazy, right? So some people say, why should I see my real environment? I want to be ported in a virtual world. And now you can do that. So that's gonna be really interesting. So as you know, Meta put the San Andreas VR game on ice. So yeah, it's now work of modders to put that in VR. So now a modder called Holdit, he ported that into VR, GTA San Andreas for PCVR, and he used an Unreal Engine injector plugin to transform that in VR. And when we check it out, it has full 6 degrees of freedom, tracked weapons, also first-person perspective and so on. And you can play the full game. And now I can't understand why on earth Meta put that on ice when one developer, one fan can mod that into VR. I mean, Meta has nearly unlimited money. How is that possible? I don't understand that. But yeah, however, unfortunately, I can't or I won't show this mod on my channel because Rockstar doesn't like if their games are modded and they ban the videos, and then I get a strike on YouTube. My work is too hard so that I can lose my channel for something like that. I really hate that some companies like Rockstar are hating mods and modders and YouTubers that show mods. I will never understand that. But yeah, that's the truth. So I likely can't show that. However, I will put a link to this article of Upload VR in the description, and then you can mod it for yourself. Yeah, finally, it seems that Ray-Ban Meta AI comes to Europe. So it was first available in the United States, and then UK, and then some French, Italy, Spanish, and so. And now it also comes to Germany and some other countries. For example, Germany, Austria, Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. And I already got the update. You will have a small hint when you open your Meta View app, and then it says it's available now. But still, it's only available for me in English. It's not available in German. But yeah, I can at least ask a little bit and let them translate and so on. That works. But some functions, like when I asked, what do I see right now? It doesn't work. It says it's locked in my region. So, but it's coming. It's coming closer to Europe finally. And for me, I really love the Ray-Ban Meta. I took them to Japan, and I will show you also some shorts soon from the cities in Japan, so we can have a look. So make sure that you also see my shorts on YouTube. And I will put the link to the Ray-Ban Meta in the description if you are interested. That's really a nice gadget for your holidays. I can totally recommend it. And if you are living in the States, everything is unlocked, and then it's even better. It's even a really nice, everything works in AI. But in Germany, we have to wait a little bit, but it's coming closer. Okay, and let's check out the releases. Yeah, the Quest games, as always, you get 10% off every MetaQuest game if you go via my coupon list in the description in the first pinned comment. Ghost Town, I showed that on my channel. It's a really nice adventure. I can totally recommend it. Nice controls, nice graphics on Quest, and absolute nice story. Then Stay Forever Home. When I find some time, I will show it. It's a sandbox pet mixed reality game. So you have your pets in your real environment, and that's really cool. We will see. So Mad Surgeon Goblin Hospital. Yeah, you are in a hospital and you have to heal the goblins. Crazy. Then we have Quentanoid. This is an arcade shooter in Japan style. And then we have Vestige Fallen Tribes. This is a tabletop strategy game with cards. Also really nice. And then on Steam we have Arcaro VR. This is a multi-online battle arena game. Looks like a fantasy world. Then we have Wild Hunter VR. It's of course a hunting simulation. Then Fighting Simulator. Wow, when I see the screenshot, I can absolutely guarantee that I will not show it to you. It looks so ugly. And then we have The Descent VR. Looks like a nice horror game. We are in a coal mine. Wow. And then also we have Vestige Fallen Tribes on Steam, and we have Maze Quest VR. When I see this screenshot, I also can guarantee that I will not show it on my channel. And on the PlayStation VR 2, we have the starter edition of Puzzling Places. So we have some more puzzles included. I can totally recommend Puzzling Places. It's a nice, relaxing puzzle game, and you can play it on the PlayStation VR 2. That were the releases this week. And let's check out the sales. On Pimax, we have a sale where we have free shipping for the Pimax Crystal Lite because of the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 update. So you will go on this page here and then enter the newsletter, and then you can get shipping for free. Also go via my link, you can save additional 3%. They also have another interesting sale. It's a group sale. That means if you order with a group of 2 or 3, you can get bonus equipment coupons. So, for example, if you order with a group of 3, you get $80 for Pimax accessories in the future. For example, if you want to buy the DMAS headphones or the Lighthouse faceplate or any other accessories for Pimax headsets, you get them $80 off. That's pretty cool. And if you go via my link as well, you get additional 3% off. So why not? Also, all the shippings are for free when you go via this. So that's interesting, right? If you're interested, go via my link in the description, as I said. Then on Meta, we have Bulletstorm. It's $13.99. Then we have Vacation Simulator, $8.99. Job Simulator, $14.99. Superhot VR, $14.99. Hitman 3 is $22.99. Into Black is $11.99. Alien Rogue Incursion is on huge sale, $17.99. Bone Lab Physics Simulator or Physics Action Game, $31.99. And then on Steam we have A Fisherman's Tale, it's 75% off. And on PlayStation VR 2 we have The Last Clockwinder, 60% off. Hubris Nice Adventure, 60%. Chernobyl again, also nice adventure, 70%. Resident Evil Village is 60% off. So guys, that were the weekly news. I hope you like it. Share it everywhere. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
Voodoode.